Hello everyone, welcome to Fiaura the Tank Girl, and yes, this is not tanks. As stated in Thursday's video, I would take a vote, and the vote is for me to do Steam list games and to do a bunch of other games that I own every Sunday. So instead of Armored Warfare or World of Tanks today, we are going to be looking at Tropico 5. Now your World of Warships video is present today as well. You can go look at it. But also right now on the screen are a couple of games and descriptions of what those games are. Those are the other games I'm looking at doing right now. This little version of Tropico, the series will actually just be spread out between the eras. So there will be a video with the Colonial era, a video with the World War era, and a video with the Cold War era, and a video with the last era, the modern era. Now I might have to split the later eras into multiple videos, because they could get quite long. But in the meantime, we have this one. So your options for next Sunday, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of rotate them out, so it's going to be either every other week or every third week. We'll come back to a game and continue from where we left off. But next Sunday is actually going to be between the following games. So we have Darkest Dungeon. This is literally a game in which RNG happens, RNG matters, and you're doing exactly what it says. You're going into the deepest, darkest dungeon that has ever been imagined, and everything is built against you. Get ready. I'm going to go ahead and turn my friends list over to busy so that people don't message me. The second one is Stalker: Shadow of Chernobyl, the first survival horror first-person shooter. It came out, I believe, in like 97 or shortly after the start of the 2000s. I forget the exact day, but it is a game in which you go explore the zone, the area around the Chernobyl nuclear power reactor, to find all sorts of artifacts, mutants, and weird things happening. The next option is XCOM: Enemy Unknown. You are literally Earth's last and only real defense against an alien invasion. Good luck! And the last option is going to be Elite Dangerous, a game in which you fly around in a spaceship and kind of do things. When I say kind of do things, your options are exploration, transporting your goods, bounty hunting, going pirate, going on military missions, just a bunch of different things. It's kind of an immersion experience in the fact that it does make space feel really big, and there are some boring parts of the game. But those are your options for next Sunday, and you will vote by leaving a comment in the video description in the section below. There will also be some things happening with Tropico that you guys will vote on. So I am going to do a sandbox, so that we don't have to worry about the main overarching story, and we're not repeating eras and all these other things. And I'm going to go ahead and choose my Draconia Dynasty. We will start the population at 75. We will start the money at 20 grand. Disastrous occasional victory will be measured by 20 victory points. Actually, turn that off. We'll play this till I get $1 million. Just because that'll make it where we can end the game when I'm ready to end it. Map-wise, let's see. What's a good one? I've played Santa Teresa quite a lot. I don't like Bow Wow. Isla Rojo. Isla Enorme. It's supposed to be, quote, the largest island, but because of those big barriers you see around the corners, it's not really that big. It actually is a lot smaller than it seems like it is. Isla Cortez, Punta de America, the bitch of America. That's tempting. Tortuga, it's a tempting one. Santa Risa's still tempting. Oh wait, they've added a couple more. Ooh, let's go to one I haven't been to yet. There's also some expansions I don't have yet. We'll go with Punta America. because that could get fairly interesting. There looks like there's some mining, and in addition to that, just a large enough field to play with, as well as some beaches if I want to go into tourism. So we're going to start the colonial area, and we're going to hit the start button. Now, at the end of the video, I will give you guys some options for things that you may or may not want to take part in. And I totally forgot my necklace, so while this loads up, I'm going to put it on. Now, Tropico has a unique personality. The second thing about Tropico to remember is I am El Presidente. I am the literal dictator of a small Caribbean nation. Now, this means that there's a lot of micromanagement in how things work, but it also means that you pretty much have the freedom to do most everything you could possibly want. So, past the loading screen, we're getting started. I'm going to adjust the camera view a bit so that we are a bit more level. And then we are going to get on with the Tropico.
In an effort to improve the health of his subjects, His Majesty has issued a new decree. All citizens must eat at least one piece of fruit per day. To this end, all colonies are ordered to begin fruit production immediately.
Forgot that the arrow keys. Okay. It's an interesting edict during the middle of colonial times. So you want me to produce pineapples. I could do that. We could totally go with some pineapples. Yeah, this game gets really quirky later on. There's just some instances. There's currently in the game there is a part where your second in command, Penultimo, goes insane. There's a part where Cthulhu gets involved. Yes, I just said the great old one. It's too far. Can't build there. There's some other just random things that happen, and we're going to try to participate in all of it that the game will allow us to. Now, because my dynasty doesn't have people who are not maxed out, there are going to be a couple of events that it's just not going to let me participate in, and I hope you guys are fine with that. So we're going to go ahead and build... Actually, yeah, we're going to build you back here. I know that makes it longer to get to the dock to export it, but at the same time, long term... Yeah, and we're going to build a goat ranch next door. And extend that over. And we're going to get... you know what? Because I like booze. We're going to make a sugar plantation. Why? Because I like booze. Because... later you can convert the sugar into rum. Who doesn't like rum? I mean, there are people who don't like rum, but who doesn't like alcohol in general? So, got that set up. Yes.
Greetings, old chap. Have I got a deal for you today? As Crown Representative, I can offer you your very own trading license.
Seems like something that's kind of essential. Because to export goods, I need a trading license. Why is this suddenly a wonderful, awesome deal? I'll pay $2,000 because I just want the ability to do it, not necessarily the ability to... Tropicans. Tropican logic. Some of it is going to make your head spin. Fair warning. You have been warned. Okay, I want to explore. Because I would like to expand into logging. Yeah, let's go ahead and just mark you guys out there. Okay, we're going to max out that. So this is the two most important buildings you have is basically the construction office, builds new stuff, and Teamsters offices. These are the people who transport all the goods from point A to point B around the island. As you can imagine, it's very annoying having to build more and more Teamsters offices. You would think the employees of various places would transport the stuff for you, but it's always been a mechanic in Tropico to not be able to do that. Also, as El Presidente, I have the following power. Triple speed! I can speed up and slow down time. Does that make me a Time Lord?
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation for your achievements in the name of the...
I'd like to thank... Wait, I'm El Presidente. I'd like to thank myself. Because that's what El Presidente does, right? Thanks themselves. So, I will take... $5 grand. because that will let me build more stuff. Let's make the citizens happy and also take away some of their money. How do we take away some of their money? Well, it's quite simple, really. Alright, now I'm not going to expand into that bauxite mine yet, because there's not any real use for it yet. I can't use the bauxite to make manufactured goods yet. But what I can do is go ahead and set up the road, and then set up a tavern for my citizens to go get drunk and merry and all those other wonderful things. And we can set up a Catholic mission. Now, I like to set these up near residential areas because they provide a bonus to the housing quality later down the road when you upgrade them. So, yeah. And we're going to get more goats. Now, the reason for goats is goats can be raised virtually anywhere, and also goats produce milk. What's the point of milk, you say? The point of milk is to take advantage of a DLC I have, which you're about to find out. That it is quite useful. Alright, let's go ahead and get these goat ranches up so that I can begin construction of a creamery! We're gonna make some cheese! Because cheese! Don't make fun of how I say cheese. Cheese. Don't you do it. I know you want to. Well, looks like there's gonna be our best option, even though that kind of crowds the ranch a little bit. Long term, we'll make up for it. Oh,
Technological progress is the path to autonomy, Governor. We need more scientists to think important thoughts and discover new stuff.
Sometimes I question the validity of your intelligence. Moving on. Research new technologies to improve your society. Build a library to educate workers. Alright, we're going to pause because I am going to take advantage of my dynasty. So, we're going to put the inventor here, who's going to basically make it where we have research. We're going to put my foreman here, so that this is now even more efficient. We're gonna put my mentor here, because this will increase the efficiency of all nearby buildings. And the effectiveness, basically. And who else do we have? Who else do we have? We have an environmentalist and a landlord. Well, okay. I will worry about those two later. Ranch upgrades, farm upgrades. I want a lumber mill because I'm about to expand into the logging industry, and I will show you guys how to maintain the logging industry long term. There's all the research I can do during the colonial area set up. Okay, now then, I just need a ship to come along. Oh, not making very much money. There's other reasons I want to expand into the logging industry, because people are actually asking for them. No industrial goods yet, but I don't make any industrial goods, so that would be a good reason. Are you bauxite? Is there a coal mine behind here somewhere? Ah, there it is. Long term, you need coal in order to make steel. Coal and iron. You know, like you do in real life. So we have goats who are actually still benefiting from location, which is going to change. An annoying feature that I have found is that ranches require a large area around them. Not just the ranch itself. So later down the road, you will probably want to convert those into factory farms, because they don't require that anymore.
His Royal Majesty is eager to see his fruit care plan in action. He's expecting your first shipment of fresh fruit.
Sure. If people are unable to get their fruit due to shortage or some sort of logistical problems, our country will be the laughingstock of the world. I guess I cannot allow His Majesty to be failed. I don't actually know if there's a feminine form of El Presidente. I don't speak a lot of Spanish. Sorry. Hope my Spanish-speaking audience isn't terribly insulted by the fact that I don't speak a lot of Spanish. Okay, logging. Ooh. All of this is going to make it where I can't expand into this area immediately. At least until the logging camps are gone. I build them close because when I can reforest in the next era, you can start reforestation, and what that does is it basically makes these logging camps, when you build several of them close together, you'd think that they would burn down quickly, but because of the rate of reforestation versus the rate of which you take them away, when you build them close together, like that, they actually last very long. So like right now they have, what? Oh, it doesn't show it yet until they're built. But it tells me how much is left in them. Hello, grocer. Hello, the fact we have no one to manage it. We need to build a library. Library! Because smart Tropicans. Yeah, that's not a thing. That can't possibly be a thing. I'm sorry. Smart Tropicans, I don't see it. I always view Tropicans as not the brightest bunch. Which you guys will find out in about 3 months. Just how not very bright they are. Probably should start building some houses because living in shacks sucks. I would imagine living in a shack sucks. I've never actually lived in a shack, but I would imagine it sucks. I'm starting to make a little bit of money. That's good. How am I on jobs? Oh, wow, we need to build some stuff. There.
Someone stole my manuscript and published it under a pseudonym. It was an autobiographical story about two men on a mountain who want to form deep male bonds. They even stole the surrealistic chapter where fairies prance under a rainbow. The circumstances behind the theft are very queer.
What? What? Baltimore, you break me! Congratulations! That's for unlocking the ranch upgrades. That's the message I get. I can't get the ranch upgrades right now. I'm kind of broke. I can go up to 10,000 in debt. I would rather go as little into debt as possible because it causes people to not like me very much, as you can imagine. You've put our country in huge debt. We don't like you anymore. Well then, this seems to be an issue. Alright, I'm probably going to have to construct a second Teamster's office here soon because of the sheer amount of raw resources flying around the island now. I mean, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going to have 8 plus one more that they have to stop at twice. Yeah, we'll give them a better turner even though that puts me into debt. Alright, come on, get the library built. That takes priority. Because mission. Must complete mission. How much we're gonna export our 3,000 pineapple quota, and I need an extension of my mandate. Holy crap. Yeah, I need to start getting set up for revolution!
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of...
I can use the 5 grand to actually get set up for revolution very quickly. So let's get some guard towers. Now, the defect I have found with this game is that the invasions always come from the same point. Right there at your starting dock. They really need to randomize where the invaders land. That would actually be kind of nice if they did that. Okay, Teamster's office, Teamster's office, Teamster's office. You know what? Right down here. And go ahead and set it where all my Teamster's offices get max speed budget because I like them to operate as well as possible. We have creamery. We have a library. Yay. I don't think I get the extra bonus for building it quickly. Nope, I did not get the extra bonus. Sad face. When you complete missions very quickly, you usually get an extra bonus. So it is to your advantage sometimes to just order stuff to be quick built. Okay, that Teamster's office is under construction, so I can start moving into... Right, we need to explore the islands more.
Great news! While searching through the crates of colony supplies, we found a sickle. Now we have something that goes perfectly with our hammers. This will boost production sky high. I can almost see the glorious future.
Are you actually going to invent anything, or are you just going to randomly have horrible things happen that result in revolutions? Or hilariously comical, ironic situations, such as the fact we apparently brought sickles with us. And you just forgot until you went and checked the supply crate. Just pointing it out. Pointing it out. Penultimo. What do I pay you for? Let's go issue some edicts. Now what these are things that I issue as El Presidente that radically change how the island works. So we're going to give people more food to make them like me more. I actually like the right to bear arms. It says it increases crime and liberty, but it also increases the number of militia units and it makes your overall military stronger. So yeah. And Disaster Relief Fund. Why Disaster Relief Fund? Because horrifically bad things will happen. You ever seen 5 tornadoes touch down all at the same time? It's like the gods themselves, or God, whichever one you want to use, literally comes over and goes, screw you! There's nobody working here. Am I really that short of people? I'm short 14, but with a population of only 113, being short 14 people is a lot. How many am I short now?
While His Majesty finds your
I've already done this.
Royal Majesty has instructed me to present you with this letter of commendation
Things are kind of moving
for
slow.
your achievements in the name of the Emperor.
I found this book in your office, Governor. It's written by Conrad Marx, and it has some interesting ideas on how we should build our society.
He says we should build a ranch for pigs. I don't know how you got ranch for pigs out of reading Karl Marx's book on communism, but you know what? Sure, I will build a ranch for pigs and then I will convert it into a ranch for goats. We're actually going to extend the road just a bit, filter it behind, so that I can build plantations back there. And we'll build the ranch for pigs there. We're going to convert it into a ranch for goats anyway. Forage pens. Forage pens. 20. It's now making more than making up for
Just
location.
discovered the number of times you need to get hit by a plank to actually discover something. It is around 7, depending on the plank in question. We call this the plank constant. I am sure it will become very important one day.
Pretty sure that is not the mathematical formula for the Planck constant, but okay. Good job, Penultimo. I think. Alright, we're going to put an environmentalist over here. And we're going to put our landlord right there. There we go. That should help out significantly. And we're going to keep moving forward. I probably should have some other corn plantation to feed my people. And we can build it there, so we're going to...
Thanks to your efforts.
Oh, sweet.
The revolutionary
I
movement.
need smart people. And we're going to change your livestock to goats. Because goats can grow everywhere, and because...
Our research, that is to say me, discovered the shovel 40 times. If I find out who put it there, I will kill him. Anyway, I gave it to the miners so they can put it somewhere safe. Like underground.
So you had to get hit with a plank 7 times before you realized it was where it was. And you had to discover the shovel by getting smacked in the face with it every time you stepped on it 40 times. This is the man in charge of a lot of things on my island, including my research team. I don't know how well my island will succeed now. But we're gonna keep going and pretend that everything's okay, because El Presidente said so. Right? Right. Okay, could build a lighthouse. You know what? Let's build an opera house because silly music is silly music, and we'll build it right behind the palace. And let's order some more houses for the citizens so that they like me more and think we can do a revolution. Because the whole goal of the colonial era is to have a revolution. You want to make the island independent. You can't stay in this era forever. You don't want to stay in this era forever. Because, yeah, eventually your mandate will run out and they will send a replacement. You don't want a replacement to show up. Yes.
Your family's rather rollicking love life has led to an unexpected pregnancy.
You know what? I like a good scandal. The royalists can kiss the biggest side of my bubble butt.
As the heir was born,
Sweet.
all animals became quiet. A light shone through the skies, and La Chupacabra herself went to the crib and bowed to the infant. At least, that is what we will write in the history books.
Agent, agitator, or tactician? Well, agent's not very useful to me long term. Agitator, unless I really want to micromanage a lot of stuff. Agitator, I don't really cheat on elections. So I guess we're going to go with tactician? No! Let's try that again. Steampunk? No. Devil? No. Schoolgirl? No. Beach? No. Dictator! I'm the dictator! No. Casual? That just looks ridiculous. Tempting. As old as you are somehow and you were just born. Yeah, the random generator for these people. As you can see, I don't choose their sex. It's literally randomly generated. Okay, well, you know what? Casual. Okay. You know, let's just have you wear a hat. You were going to be the hipster tactician. Oh, that's too perfect. That's too perfect. The hipster tactician, everyone. That's too perfect. The old hipster tactician. Oh, that's too perfect. I will go ahead and spend a little bit of money to upgrade your skill. Yeah, so this is my first person. Does she look black? No offense to the African American individuals, but that's my actual first person. Second one, third one, fourth, 5, 6, 7. Really? RNG? Really? Seems like the developers of Tropico actually really have a bias towards making your dictator dynasty people black. Not that I have a problem with this, it's just it looks kind of funny standing next to the original racial heritage.
His Majesty personally inspected several reports from your colony and discovered a major oversight in your design.
What oversights? What have I not? Oh, plantation upgrades. Right, let's get right on that. That pineapple plantation, because it affects other pineapple plantations. And that kind of just broke the bank. That corn plantation
Great
is
news!
built.
We found out how to use the muskets the crown sent us. Apparently, all you have to do is pull the trigger.
Makes sense.
Our research was seriously hindered until we discovered you should not look into the barrel when pulling the trigger. We lost a lot of good men.
What? So there's like 4 people left in my research team because you figured you should be looking down the barrel of a musket when you pull the trigger? Tropicans, everyone. Tropicans.
His Royal Majesty has instructed me to present...
Oh, I need money. I just broke the bank with those upgrades. Okay, I've got 2 years left on the mandate. I'm normally much closer to a revolution by now. Probably housing and entertainment. I'm guessing that people aren't happy about the stuff I can... Yeah, entertainment's a problem. Religion's a problem. Housing's a problem. Yeah, all these little sheets can tell me all sorts of stuff, like how much certain goods are worth. Right now, cheese is worth the most. how many people I have unemployed, the open jobs I have, the number of people who are, quote, homeless, i.e. living in shacks. And I can go to politics here and I can see factional relations. The royalists hate me. The revolutionaries love me. The crown is happy with me. Okay, well then, let's get you guys another tavern. Go get drunk, forget all your problems. Let's get you guys... Do I have anything in Waterborne? Ooh. You can have an oyster farm. Let's have an oyster farm. For reasons. And let's get... The other big complaint you guys had was a Catholic mission, was basically religion, so a Catholic mission. I'm not a Catholic myself, however, it plays off the stereotype that a lot of people in the Caribbean are, so the dominant religion in Tropico is Catholicism. I know, the game plays off a lot of stereotypes. If you're offended, sorry. It's still fun to play, just, you know, you have to ignore all the odd stereotypes they play off of to get the game. I like my roads to be straight, please. Alright, there we go. And that, once again, broke the bank. Alright, we can decrease you to 4.
Comrade Governor, the more I read the works of Comrade Marx, the more sure I am that our revolution must be a socialist revolution.
Oh, really? I thought socialism was a bad thing. Foreman technology. Okay. I think we're researching it now. No, it's kind of down on the list. Here's what we'll do. We'll put it up on the list. And then we'll have the Constitution Red Table newspaper. Okay, what's this?
Did you know that there are treasures
Already
thanks
done.
to your efforts? The revolutionary movement is
I need
thanks
smart
to your
people.
efforts. The
I need
revolution.
smart
sat with
people.
3 other members of the research team. Suddenly, it dawned on us. We're 4 men. You get it? 4 men? Incidentally, we also discovered bad puns.
Why couldn't you be the one to walk out and test the muskets by looking down the barrel? Because that pun was terrible. Just absolutely horrible. God. Oh, Penultimo, what is wrong with you? What is wrong with you? Okay, how much longer are these going to last? 38,032. They're fine. I, however, need money.
Comrade Governor, we need to inspire the people and set an example for the proletariat. We need to create a working class hero.
You want me to hire a manager for a building? Okay. There.
Thanks to your efforts.
We got a lot of smart people.
His Majesty's fruit care plan has hit a minor setback. It doesn't seem to work. The Crown is determined to throw as much fruit at it as necessary to make it work.
What? You want to throw more fruit at the problem to make the problem go away. Yeah, not only is that stupid, it's downright insane, and I'm going to take advantage of it. Increase prices to increase revolutionary support. Haha. And we're going to be throwing about 4 or 5 grand at it right now.
Presidente. Woo! I'm getting ahead of myself. Governor, the island is ripe for revolution.
We're ready for revolution. This is news to my ears. This is wonderful news.
Presidente. Woo!
I'm not ready for revolution. I need to be able to repulse the crown. Because if we're going to have a revolution, it's going to be a violent one. So I need to position this somewhere where I can later convert it into a barracks. Get the fort built. Actually, we don't really need the barracks. I can't do anything with it terribly well, so we're going to cancel that. Yeah, can't really do anything with that, so not going to use it, but we are going to build some more houses because people will be irritated if they don't have a place to live. And we are going to build a second grocer because it's about that time where we really probably need one. And we're going to improve... I know I'm, like, way in debt right now. Don't care. Crown fixed most of it. Thank you, Crown. Religion is an issue. But those houses get built. We're going to put your budget back to max because there's now a bunch of stuff you guys need to be doing. You're going to sip the water. And continue onward. Onward and upward, I guess. Where is... Oh, right. I need to look at building a second dock. Because that needs to be a thing. Because that's a lot of resources going to one dock. Yeah, we'll export pearls to the crown. Why not? We're making them. There's a fort. How are we on... Oh wow, we're actually behind on open jobs. Alright, well, give me a second fort, and we will make some jobs. Because making jobs. Bananas. To increase food variety on the island, and also to give me something else that's fruit to export.
We, the leaders of the Tropican nation, in
now
our
declare
desire to put into words the will of the Tropican people to follow and obey the laws of the state and maintain the traditional universal Tropican values of liberty, peace, love, understanding, siesta, and hidden Swiss bank accounts, do hereby sign
Wait, what was
the
that last
first
one?
legitimate constitution of Tropico.
Okay. Hidden Swiss bank accounts, because that should be a priority, apparently. Yeah, we'll make all of our plantations near there better. I'm gonna kind of draw this out a little bit.
Looks like the buried treasures are...
Have a mine. Okay. Well, I already have this built, so we'll go ahead and just build mine. Houses are going up. Still have a lot of homeless people. Yeah, that grocer will take care of 150. You two only take care of 100. So we're getting there.
Workers of Tropico, unite! It is time to show the world that we can achieve any goal, despite the imperialist crowd's
I
oppression.
don't actually have any meat. Ah! Yes, you can totally take that as a double 100 pun.
Presidente, I'm shaking.
Remember how I said bad
You're
things
shaking.
will happen?
Everyone is shaking.
Bad thing. And buildings will go down. The only building that is completely immune to disasters is
The
my
earthquake is
presidential
over.
palace.
We made it. I am now going to rethink my life and the choices I have made. Done. Now, let's evaluate the damage.
Wow! Apparently you don't need a lot of time to reevaluate life. Rebuild everything. That's gonna hurt my economy temporarily, but I can speed build that once the ship gets in here. And that will fix most of the economic damage.
It seems that the Crown's ambitious Fruit for Health program didn't work quite as well as expected. His Majesty stated that the plan was too ahead of its time.
Right! So you screwed up, and it didn't work out for you. But you're not going to claim you're a complete buffoon. There we go. That puts the economy back on track. Okay, well... Oh, there's the autosave kicking in. Sorry about that. Had an autosave. Well, we are basically set up for revolution as soon as this gets constructed. Oh, no, there's the autosave. I knew it was about to happen because of the slight freeze in the game. It does an autosave every 30 minutes or so. So, it means we're getting close to the 30-minute mark, which is about how long I want these videos to be. But I am not going to finish this video without the revolution I've been talking about this entire time actually happening.
We have invented red tape. It goes...
Cool. I'm sorry I skipped that. I did not mean to skip that on you guys. Play the game so much that I actually know all of the things that he's going to say. I would do that, but we are broke. I'm gonna wait for the next ship, order a couple of things, such as more housing. I don't have any high school level jobs. Sorry. Such as more housing, because we have a lot of homeless people. Matter of fact, look at urban development. Could build a mine.
Our miners stumbled upon an oddly shaped ore nugget. You know, if you squint your eyes and tilt your head slightly to the right, it almost looks like
We need money, because we are getting ready for the revolution. Now, as I promised to you guys, we will have a revolution. I will save before said revolution in case I actually don't have enough people, i.e. people with guns, to succeed at said revolution. Never know when you've underestimated the crown. Because sometimes it generates so many, and then sometimes it's like, oh, by the way, I'm going to generate like 80 of you. And you're just like, oh, crap. I know I just built a third one, but I will show you guys the reforestation shortly, and then we will be ending the video. So, let's order, let's say, 3 more houses. There we go.
Presidente.
His Majesty is most amused by your declaration of independence.
He's currently not interested in your little island anyway. If you pay the Empire for the losses that it has incurred from you, you will be allowed to remain independent. Otherwise, his royal forces shall come to visit. Bring it! Oh, he only brought 2 squads. And here come my squads. Fight them off! This is my island now! You can get your royal asses out of it.
We will fight you in the streets.
what? Charge!
You fight like wussies.
When do we charge?
You see, you don't have to do much for combat. You can actually prioritize which buildings are under attack and which ones you want to retreat from. But in this case, His Royal Majesty simply did not send enough troops. And they can get the hell off of my island. Yay, we're independent! You do have to start holding elections. But let's see. Revolutionary idea. Everybody gets to vote. Another revolutionary idea. I actually don't like a lot of the stuff the religious faction does in this game. It's not because I don't necessarily like religion. It's more the fact that some of the stuff they ask you to do just sucks. So we're going to have less of them. And while conscription's nice, I actually prefer militia so that I can get militia squads in addition to the soldiers that I have. So that's what we're going to stamp. Now this does mean that temporarily I have like no soldiers. But that is
Special prize today.
also means that we
Everyone
have
who
no
guesses a number of the current amendment to the Constitution wins a free
issues
drink.
with
Anyone
pirates
who has even
now.
the slightest idea
So that's
what's
what
in it
reforestation
will
is.
also get a
It's just an
drink,
upgrade.
because he's
And with
definitely
these
not
logging
drunk
camps
enough.
next to each other, you're going to be
Finally,
surprised
the
just how
grand
long
prize
they
for the
actually start
night
lasting.
and any other night.
I'm going to build a high
Won't
school
you
and then we're going
guys
to
get
call
a
it.
free date with me?
So that I know next time, when we come back, that I will have some
Tropicals,
soldiers shortly.
Welcome to our own bright future. Our independence brought us freedom, El Presidente, and the Jolly Roger Bar and Radio, with me, Lulu, as your...
Presidente, after suffering 1,000 paper cuts, we have invented paper. It has print on it, where there will be a summary of important affairs, interviews with important Tropicans, and a page with political editorials. This will give a voice to every Tropican. Also, going to the little Presidente's room will be much more comfortable from now on.
I imagine it would. Thank you. Okay, so that's going to be it for right now, guys. I hope you guys have enjoyed this little episode of Tropico. If you have, let me know so I will know to continue the series. I'm going to be saving right here. So we will name this Let's Play Tropico with Fiaura. As you guys can see, I've played this game a lot from all those saved games. Yeah, so this is Tropico. Now, the games I mentioned at the start, there's also a comment in the description. Please vote on which game you guys want to see next Sunday. Darkest Dungeon, Stalker, Shadow of Chernobyl, Elite Dangerous, or XCOM Enemy Unknown. And I will and then the other 3 games, if they get some votes, I will keep them in the voting process, but anything that doesn't get any votes, I'm just going to throw out and just pick another game from my list. So I hope you guys have enjoyed. I hope you've enjoyed me as your commentator with all of my silly reactions to Tropicans. I really think the Tropican people are just freaking crazy. In the meantime, this is Fiaura officially signing out for right now, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye! Thank y'all for watching. If you liked the video, then please shoot the like button in the face like a pro. If you want to talk with Fiaura or comment on the video, please leave a comment. I'll reply as soon as I possibly can. Want to help the channel out? Share this on your social media like Facebook or Twitter, or go post it on your favorite forum. If you would like to know when I'm live streaming, you can either go look at my Twitch channel and follow it, or you can go to Twitter. Every time I start the live stream, there's a tweet that goes up that lets you know I started. If you want to see more, please subscribe. You're always welcome in Fiaura's house, and check out some of these other videos here for you to enjoy. If you want to support the channel, I ask that you click on the ad at the end of this video. YouTube pays its creators for your clicks, and every time you do that, you are showing support for your favorite YouTubers. You can also look in the description, or click on the woman outside the IS-4 tank and go to the patronage page to donate directly. Remember, I base all my contests on your patronage, so basically all that money that gets put in gets thrown right back out to you guys. In the meantime, this is Fiaura the Tank Girl signing off, and I will see you in the next video.